Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Do not adjust your sets if you think you're experiencing deja vu. This is a tweaked version of the video that I put out earlier. And what I'm going to discuss today is the WoW token that's just gone active in the US regions. Now this token is where you can purchase from the Blizzard store a token for $20 that will translate to 30-day game time. But the big kicker about it is, instead of using it yourself, you can actually trade it on the in-game auction house and receive gold for doing so. So what I'm going to discuss is who are currently the winners and losers of this situation, bearing in mind that it's only been active now for 48 hours, not long at all. Well, let's use myself as a prime example, because I've got a US account which is dormant. I do not have an active subscription to play the World of Warcraft. So if I was to click onto my account and log in now, I can only use low-level characters. Level characters which are from 1 to level 20. I can't use bigger characters. I can't use level 90s or anything like that. They will be locked out of the game, as we can see. Inactive, inactive, inactive. So I've got this level 1 character here. I have affectionately called them Money Grab. It's just a name that rolls off the tongue, sue me. And if I log into the game, then it's very conveniently placed by the Alliance Auction House. So if I was to click onto the auction house, down at the bottom, in a completely different colour, because it really wants to draw our attention to it, we have the blued game time. And if I was to click that, I would be able to purchase a WoW token, should I have the funds, of course, a WoW 30-day token for 22,405 gold. So, what happened when this was released was Blizzard fixed the initial price at 30,000 gold. And if you were to purchase one of these tokens, you will immediately, upon purchase, receive on your screen, not in physical monies, but you receive on screen how much money you will get when your token sells. So if you grabbed it from the very start, it would say 30k, because that's what Blizzard set out the initial price of the token to be. So it'd say, when this sells, you'll get 30k. When this sells, you'll get 30k, etc, etc, etc. From there onwards, Blizzard has allowed natural supply and demand to dictate the price of the token. And what that means is, let's say people were buying the token for $20 and then they would place it on the auction house, and people were clamoring hand over fist to get their hands on them. That would be a high demand product, and when a product is in high demand, it raises the price of the product because lots of people want it. They will pay more money to get it because it's in demand. Now, when supply outweighs demand, and that's when somebody buys lots of tokens and then puts them on the auction house and nobody buys them, they want to get them flogged. So what happens is the price starts to drop, 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 and drop until it gets to a price where people deem it worthy of purchase. Now, the thing which, at least for the time being anyway, supports the people buying the tokens and at least gives them a little bit of security is the fact that they will be told there and then how much money they will get for purchasing a WoW 30-day token. So like I said, at the start it say 30 days. So say you will receive for buying this token. Now, let me log out of this character and go onto one of my inactives, because even though I have an account, this guy here, he had no money. He's a level 1. But if I was to click onto my level 93, I can reactivate my account even though I don't have a current subscription, which makes logical sense. It would make no sense for me to have to purchase a month subscription to log into the game to then buy 30 days with in-game gold. That would be logically mental. So it does make sense, this. So it says to me right now, you can buy 30 days of game time using in-game gold, yada, yada, yada. It will cost you 22,405 gold. So it also tells me how much gold I'll have remaining once I've made that purchase. So I'll have, in essence, 7,500. Now, if you did see the video that I put out earlier, which I deleted to change a couple of these bits of information, you would already have seen that in the hour that it's taken to do these switcheroonies with the videos, that this has gone down even further than it was on the initial video, which means good value for me. And when I say me, I'm talking about the people who either have enough money in-game wise to purchase these tokens so that they don't have to open their purses or wallets to fork out real-life cash for WoW subscriptions, or inactive people who are like, I want to come back to the World of Warcraft, or I'm not fussed, but you know, I don't want to pay real money. So this way, if I have enough in-game gold, even though I'm not subscribed, I could click onto this, and it'll do me. I could click onto accept, and I could go into the game, and it will take out that 22,405 gold. Now, I was going to then log into the game and show you the process of doing a purchase to say how much gold the token is going to currently sell for, but even though I've got a US account, for some reason, it wouldn't even bring up the store for me to get the token. So never mind. One of my friends has very kindly sent a screenshot, and in its current format, it's even showing the price. So if I was to buy a token right now, it's going at the current market price. So it is updating very, very quickly indeed. There's not much of a financial buffer for people who are purchasing tokens in an effort to try and make some gold in the World of Warcraft. So what does this actually mean to the parties involved? And there are 3 parties involved in this process. There is Blizzard, of course, who is wanting your real life money for purchasing the tokens from the Blizz store. There's then the person who has purchased the tokens for $20, looking to try and get value for their money on the auction house, bearing in mind, and I'm not advocating this in any sort of a way, but bearing in mind that gold sellers now will try anything that they possibly can to snag your business back. So if supply is heavily outweighing demand on a constant basis, and people are seeing the price going from 30k, as we've got now, down to 22.5k, and even potentially beyond that to lower numbers, then gold sellers from dodgy websites, and the reason why I say I don't speak about this and I don't advocate this is because, of course, these people hack, scam, they do all kinds of horrible stuff with which they get their gold. So you know, stay away from them, please. They are bad for the game. But they will then try and pinch that business back, of course, by offering people value for money. So if your motivation is purely to spend real life cash to get gold, it ain't going to make too much sense to go with this scheme if you keep on losing out, because you are the current loser. The person purchasing the token, even after a short amount of time, 24, 36 hours, however long it is, you are already losing a huge percentage of what it originally went up for. 30,000, now 22,500-ish, give or take. So that region has already lost a good, round about 25 odd percent of its value already, which is quite a large amount. And if that's going to be the trend, and if that's going to be the way it is for the foreseeable future, at least until things plateau, then the price is only going to go down further and further and further. And of course, the people who have won are Blizzard, because people have flocked to the Blizzard store, paid their money just to get these tokens, and Blizzard, of course, haven't had to do anything. Their overheads for this are next to zero. It's not a bit of content that people had to spend time creating and testing and all this kind of stuff. It's just a minimal bit, a minimal pay structure aspect that's added into the game, which they've got all over the place with the pets and the mounts and the instant level 90s. So this literally costs them nothing to put up. So this is just profit rolling in, and then they can continue to tweet about Bloodborne and beer, depending on which WoW developer we are talking about. And then, of course, the people who have plenty of in-game gold, who are buying the tokens as and when needed, they're winning because they're not purchasing out of real money. They're not using their dollars and cents and dimes with which to continue their subscription. So the person that's losing at the minute is the person who's buying the token, because they're buying the token for $20. They've already lost about 25% plus on the current value 24 hours ago. And then, of course, the $20 that they're paying is actually $5 more than a regular 30-day subscription, because it costs $15 if I was to use my credit card or PayPal or whatever to purchase a WoW subscription in the US. So not only have Blizzard managed to potentially, like they've got now, somebody who had an inactive account, and I've now gone to an active account, although I've spent $0, 0 cents, the person whose token I purchased had to pay my subscription, and they didn't pay $15, they paid $20, and what they got back in return was whatever it was at the time, 30k, or maybe they just bought the token and it was the 22,400. So what is the conclusion that we can really draw from this? Is it a win situation? Is it a loss situation for the game? Well, the information which is completely negating all of it at the moment is the fact that it's so fresh. It's only 24 hours, 36 hours in, whatever, it's only a couple of days in at best. So by that very token in itself, people have been keen to charge to the Blizzard store, purchase these tokens hand over fist, thinking they're going to make a lot of money. So already by that excitement, by that flux of people, we've seen supply heavily outweigh demand. The demand for the token is nowhere near what the supply has been. And as we're seeing 24 hours later, they've lost 25% plus on their value. So it's going to be very interesting to revisit this in, say, 24 hours time and 48 hours time and see how it's progressing, because if we're back in 24 hours time and it's 15,000 gold for 30 days, my goodness, you are wasting, you're throwing money away if you are buying this token. It's not value for money, definitely not value for money for how much gold, how much real life money you would be shelling out, how many dollars, not gold, dollar, you would be shelling out for the real thing, especially when, like I said, these horrific, horrible sites which I do not endorse will be clamouring hand over fist now, stepping over heads and dead grannies to try and get your business. So when things flatten out, let's revisit this. Let's revisit this in 2 weeks' time. Let's revisit this in a month's time when things can stabilise. Let's see if the price starts to go back up, and maybe it'll even plateau at something like 25k. Or maybe it will go back up to the 30k or something like that. But let's just give it a chance for it to organically begin to put itself into some sort of structure. But already, after 24 hours, there are just two clear winners. People that are refusing to get rid of real life money for their WoW subscription and have the gold to compensate. And the biggest winner of it all, Blizzard. They don't care if you get 30k gold, 15k gold, 150k gold, or 3 gold. They just want your $20 love you long time. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. Follow me on social media as well as Twitch for live streaming. Those links are in the description down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, everybody. Bye-bye.